Good, Big AM Impala. What's good, big dog? Safe travels to you, my brother. hmm Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Wednesday, April 19th, 2023. And this is Samurai Kennels with our live for the week. Gonna let this ride until 8 p.m. my time to ensure that if anybody's gonna get in here, we get in here with some punctuality. Y'all know I don't like to start the show until it's right at that time. I appreciate y'all who've showed up. Welcome, and we're gonna get this live thing kicked off here shortly. Yes, we will. Yeah. What's up, Tony M? What's good, big dog? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As y'all can see, this is a little different environment. I had to work today, y'all, so I couldn't. Oh, salute, big dog. What's going on? Student for life dog training. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I'm doing this in my car because my family in the house running a damn muck. So, yeah, y'all, bear with me on this one. If my audio is bad at all, please bear with me on it. I'm gonna get it moving for y'all. As y'all can see, I got my little baby right there. Yes, Lord. So we almost to that. We almost to that hour mark, y'all. Yeah, I'm trying to get my other phone pulled up so I can see what the actual topics was for this week because there's been a lot. And if I can't get it pulled up, then I'm gonna just go off the dome. But I don't like that. Y'all know I like some structure in my show. Like some structure in my show. There we go. All right, got it pulled up. And yeah, we got 1 minute to the hour. 1 minute to the hour. And also, y'all, the digital dog show, like I said on the Sunday's video, is closed. So if you didn't get in there, don't worry about it. There will be more digital dog shows. I've got enough to get right into the show. And we are doing Samurai Kennels first Wednesday night sip and chill. And how this works is I'm off work now, so I got me a daiquiri on the way in. I got it from this place called I don't know what the name of the place is, man. But the flavor I got is called Boosie Badass, man. Boosie Badass daiquiri. Yes, sir. Salute to the Neo Dog, man. Salute Asiatic brother. Salute everybody in the chat. Asiatic brother, I'm make sure I get you your hardware before this show is over with, man, so I can make sure all of y'all who rock with me consistently get everything y'all deserve. Yes, sir. Hey, y'all, so y'all know it's 8 o'clock, and I'm going to get these topics rolling for y'all. So first, let's talk about today's topics and the kind of flow of what's going on. For today's topics, I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Elevated Kennel. They were starred in last Sunday's video. I want to give a shout out to Pelican Bay, who has hit me up today. He's going to be hosting the Digital Dog Show. We'll be releasing it at the end of the month. I also want to give a special thanks to Mr. Juan Coit, to Apache Kennels, to Asiatic Soldier, to Soul Power, to Cannon G, to Rose Behemoth Bloodlines, Rose Kennels Behemoth Bloodlines, let me get that right, Tony M, Aaron McFarland, Walter Bryant. Special shout out to my brother, Melvin Harper, y'all. Today is Melvin's birthday, so if y'all see him in the chat or y'all see Melvin on any of the chats or any of the lives, holla at Melvin. It's his birthday. Show that brother some love. Tell Melvin to send y'all that cash up so y'all can bless that brother on today. Shout out 601. Shout out 210 Samurai Kennels. Shout out to Schoolboy 78 Sports and the panel. Man, shout out to Track Life Kennels. I appreciate you, Track Life. Man, it's so many people to shout out, man. I don't wanna waste y'all time with all the shout outs, but I'm gonna make sure I give y'all the respect y'all deserve because I appreciate everything y'all do. And also I want to let y'all know that there's a show coming up in Dewey, Oklahoma, that I'm not gonna be able to make it to. It's actually this weekend. So if y'all can make it out to the Dewey, Oklahoma dog show, that'd be much appreciated. Dewey, Oklahoma is about like 9 hours from me, and I had planned on going, but I got another competition in town this weekend for a drill competition, so I can't make it. One of the issues I want to cover in today's episode is a dog transporter issue, which is a major topic right now. Everybody was talking about it last week, and I kind of wanted to talk about it this week as well, to kind of cover that. I also wanted to address the Ricky Jones interview, and talk about what he was saying with the same dogs being matched under different aliases, and kind of get y'all's perspective on that and share my perspective on how I feel about that as well. And I kind of call it no honor amongst thieves. Then also on 7-8 Sports, they mentioned that some people put a little something extra into their mix while breeding, and I believe this is something that we know too. And I'm gonna give y'all where I stand on it, and then obviously we open up the discussion and cover some other more abstract topics. So the first topic that I told y'all I wanted to cover is actually I missed one of the topics too. The Bud Light situation mentioned on Fat Bill's channel a couple weeks ago. Hey, so y'all, something happened this week, and it kind of ties into the Bud Light situation. And so I'm gonna tell you about that, and I'm gonna talk about the Bud Light situation and kind of give you my perspective on how it works. All right. So this week, in one of my old videos, before I was talking about the things I'm talking about now, I was still kind of on the same mission, but I didn't handle it the same way. A brother goes in my comments, and he said specific words, "I'll flush your whole yard." Now, any of y'all who rock with me know, like, I don't be talking that rah-rah stuff about the box. Like, I lead the box man. If you're a box man, I got nothing but respect for you because you are honoring the breed for what it, like, you are testing gameness at its highest level, and I will never disrespect you. But don't you ever disrespect me either. And so this is my logic on that. And it's going to tie into that Bud Light thing on Fat Bill's Live from last week. My logic about box men bothering people who are above ground is the same as my logic of a straight man going into a bar and being mad at transgender or gay men in the bar. Now, my logic is, yo, what's good, white chocolate? Finest Kennels running in. Hey, I appreciate you. Now, my logic on this is, if I go to a party before I was married and there's a bunch of women in there, right? And a gay man walks in, I don't feel no kind of way because he is no competition and he ain't taking none of these women up. He's not in competition because we don't even want the same thing, right? Now, I look at that like a box man came on my channel and made a deliberate comment to try to bait me out, right? And if y'all know this about me, y'all know, like, I'm trying to do positive things with the breed. So I'm like, that's not even my speed. But I also look at that like somebody who views me as their competition. So I'm grateful they think highly enough of me that they would want to run into me in the box, but I just don't do that, right? But I'm thankful for it. And I don't think he realizes he gave me that much kudos by doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. Like, you look at my dog, you're like, that's something I want to match into because I feel like I would get credibility or clout from matching into this guy. So I really don't think he realized, like, the trash talking just makes me feel like I'm doing something right. Because even with these dogs, even though I show you I do ADBA shows and obedience training and all that stuff, you think my dog is more of a challenge than some of them brothers in them chats and them forums that are calling out weights on Facebook right now. And so to go back to Fat Bill's thing with the Bud Light thing, man, like, I don't care what Bud Light put on they beer because I don't drink Bud Light. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't deal with the box. I'm not in the box, and that's where Samurai stands on it, y'all. The second thing that came up this week that I wanted to mention in the chat, in the comment, you can see these. I leave the comments up. I don't delete negative comments because negative comments are still feedback. You know what I'm saying? And so another comment that popped up in the chat was it was on Sunday's video. And I talked about Apache Kennels puppies, and I said in the video that the puppies were $2,000, right? I didn't hide it or like say, DM me like some people do, and I probably should have, but but whatever. Like, I was like, if you're a window, you don't have to be a window shopper. Like, the price tag is in the window, right? And so the brother had the nerve to go on there after another brother asked me, sound like a police tactic. Absolutely. Baiting, right? Absolutely. 100%. So this other brother, he goes in the chat and he asked me how much for the puppies. And I'm certain he just didn't watch the video in its entirety or didn't catch when I gave the price for the puppies in the video. And that's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? With me, like, Samurai gonna keep it G with you and I'm just gonna answer the question, even though I've answered it before, right? And so the brother asked a valid question. I said $2K, right? $2,000. The same brother, or excuse me, another brother jumps in that comment and goes, you might as well shop directly with Tom Garner or Ready Red. And I'm like, cool, like, because believe it or not, like, that's who I shop with. That's who I rock with. If you know anything about my bloodline, like the two people whose bloodlines that I've been running is Ready Reds, Red Boy Jocko Dogs, and Tom Garner Frisco stuff, and then I ran some Joe Whittle stuff into my Frisco stuff to make sake, right? So I'm like, I don't disagree with you. And like, if you're like, I don't feel insulted by any means. Like, yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't feel insulted by any means. Like, if I recommend you to go to kennels, I recommend these kennels. If you look at my ranking video for top kennels, I didn't put Tom Garner in there because he doesn't really have a social media presence. What up? What up? What's going on? Sick with it, ball pythons. What's up? And so like, but if I'm telling y'all right now, I recommend. Hey, white chocolate, I would, man. Like, that's the thing, man. I would, but the problem with me is, and this is the issue I have that it hurts me. I don't have a lot of land, and I don't keep a lot of dogs on me, man. And I would never disrespect one of y'all brothers by not being able to hold on to a whole litter. If you bless me with a breeding, or you study me a dog, or you know what I'm saying, or you bless me with a puppy, man, I don't want to let that puppy go to somebody else. And because I'm in the military and I move around a lot, I won't even accept a puppy or something from somebody else because I don't want to disrespect y'all, man. And I'm gonna get to that too, but thank you for putting that on there, man. I really do want to do some collaborations with y'all, but I don't want to let y'all down by not doing what I'm supposed to do with y'all dog, man. I really respect the work y'all put in. And so I responded to that brother and I told him, I said, hey man, like I highly recommend both of those kennels, and I run that blood, man. But I also said, I respect both of them, but neither one of them do the work with their dogs that I do, and that's a fact. And that might be a little pretentious, but I'm telling you right, I've never seen Tom Garner or Ready Red do obedience work with their dogs. Hey man, hey, that's bold, bro. I respect it, but I respect it, man. But I can't risk it in the video. I got 4 kids, man. You know what I'm saying? And that make me move a little different, man. But I do respect that hustle, bro. Real talk. And so I ain't get no response after that. You know what I'm saying? I told the brother how I felt about it. I ain't get no response because, like, y'all know I don't really deal with that nonsense. And I share these stories with y'all because honestly, I want y'all to be armed with information, man. Oh, yeah, man. What pics, man? Like, I'm sorry, yo. I'm lost, man. Like, catch me up, cause you know, like Dre be rambling on everything. Sick with it, ball pythons. But yeah, man. So that addresses that first comment I was talking about with y'all with that Bud Light situation, man. Oh yeah, okay. But the next thing I wanted to talk about was there's a dog transporter issue on Instagram, and the OG, the maddest OG, handled that situation. I thought he handled it pretty well. I mean, it kind of got a little messy, man, but I definitely like the fact that he called out a dog thief and he called out names because it protected a lot of brothers from dealing with that brother. But at the same time, man, like, I just don't know how I would have handled that situation. But what I do like is I see that that's one thing right there that is galvanizing us as a community is we don't fuck with no dog thieves, man. Real talk. Everybody said something about dog thieves last week, man. And I didn't want to edit it to my Sunday video, but I wanted to let y'all know I stand with y'all on that, man. I don't do that dog thieving thing, man. I got cameras on every side of my house. I got cameras on my garage. Let me see. I don't know if you can see it, but in the corner right there, it's a camera on the garage. I have a Ring doorbell. I have a camera on every corner of the house, and I also have cameras inside every corner of the house. So there's no way you could break B and E without being caught on my motion sensors. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. And we also have it. My stuff is ran also on closed circuit as well as Wi-Fi. So even if one goes down, it's ran the other way. And I tell y'all that right now. If you're a hacker, you're gonna hack it anyways. Like there's nothing I can do about that. But I'm just letting you know right now, you're gonna have to go out of your way. And that just raises the value of my stuff, because if you want to steal it that bad, man, like they're gonna try what they're gonna try. Mind you, I stay armed too, you know. I do believe in my Second Amendment rights. But I stand with y'all on that, brothers, and I really appreciate that y'all support all those brothers who had their dogs taken, because nobody wants to put that kind of work in and lose their dogs, man. All right, y'all, so we're at the 15-minute mark, man. I kind of want to catch anybody who got in here late up to what we covered. So far what we covered, man, I basically gave a bunch of shout-outs in the beginning, and then we talked about the Dewey Oklahoma Dog Show, which is this weekend. If you can get up there with your dogs, please do. Go out, show some support, and get you some show points. It is an ADBA show, so your dogs must be ADBA registered. I don't know if they're doing a top dog event, so you'd have to go on the ADBA website and see if they're doing top dog events, because your dog doesn't even have to be a pit bull to win some of those extra events like the weight pulls and the treadmill races. Then we talked about the Bud Light situation from Fat Bill's thing, man. I kind of gave y'all my ideology on that, man. I kind of gave y'all a roundabout way of how I feel about it without disrespecting anybody. And then we talked about the transporter issue. Now I want to talk about Ricky Jones' interview on Triple J. And this is where Dre starts giving y'all some of my philosophies on the dogs. And this is where y'all chime in and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But Mr. Ricky Jones shared some things in that interview, and I really respect him for it, because he did not have to share it, man. And one of the things that Mr. Jones shared was they would farm out dogs that were already champions to their partners under different names. And I was talking to one of my partners about this last night, and I was like, man, that is a genius idea. Now, there's a dog in my pedigree that I think this may have happened with. I'm going to tell y'all what I think. This is all speculative. Also, no dogs bred, trained, or sold for any illegal purposes. And we're going to keep it G like that. So, Ricky Jones said that he went into a camp and he couldn't stop this female they had. So he went and got double grand champion Tornado, and he went into these guys. Now, he never said he didn't tell him it was Tornado, but he also mentioned in this same interview that they would go get already made dogs, champions or grand champions, wouldn't tell the person that it was the dog that they said it was, and match it to another camp that they couldn't beat with their own stuff, right? Because, you know what I'm saying, it was about winning back then. And so I started looking at dogs like, I'm going to say Chinaman. I'm not saying this happened, and this is hypothetical, which means I'm speaking out the side of my neck right now, basically. But I mentioned in my last live that Chinaman and Jeep both were 4-time winners, and we talked about, you know, they got old and they didn't go for their grand championships, you know. And I thought to myself, I said, do you know how safe it would be to take a dog like Chinaman that had 4 wins, send him off to another camp, farm him out, and match him under a different name? And then if he won, tell people it was really Chinaman. But if he lost, to not tell anybody that. That's a win-win. My brother Arturo Limon, salute. Hey, and make sure you give Senor Coit know that I gave him a shout out. Yeah, man. I truly believe that could have been one of the things, and I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like that, you would never tarnish the name of your champion by doing that. Never. So you could go out there and you know, because they even on 7-8, man, in the panel, I'm just tying this information together from great dog men. I'm synthesizing information that I've heard from other chats, and I want to share it with y'all. All right. So even 7-8 and them said that that a lot of the dogs, like they compared it to boxing, and when they compared it to boxing, they said that a lot of the champions were matched several times off the books. So these are also great dogmans in Bakary and Schoolboy, you know, and Rastaman and Walk 'em Down Ram. These are great dogmen, in my opinion. That's my opinion, and I'm saying they're great. And so they were saying that, yeah, man, these dogs might have had 9 matches, but only 3 on record, you know, to get their championship. So if that was going on, there's no telling who was stopping who. All right. So then the good brothers on Going Hard mentioned something last night in a poll. And I want to share this with you about that. Dogs not being carried under their same name. And this all goes back to the Mr. Ricky Jones interview. You can watch it on Triple J's channel, y'all. Please go back and check out all the other dog channels, support all the other dog channels, and we can show love to everybody, right? But on Going Hard, their poll last night was it had to do with, were some of the best match dogs in history well bred, right? And I really believe that there was a lot of dogs that were paperless that had papers thrown on them. So I really do believe that the dog makes the papers and not the papers making the dog. Even to the point of dogs like Red Boy having things associated with their name that aren't necessarily considered accurate, right? And if we know these things, man, like, we have to be aware that some of the honor in the game that we think is there is not there, but the proof is in the work and in the pudding. I know it's getting dark out here, y'all. Like, let me see. Like, that don't do nothing, man. Y'all know how it is, man. It's hard out here for a pimp. But yeah, man. So these are things to think about. And even in like modern competitions, man, like, you imagine your dog is a great slat mill dog, but the dog that looks like your dog on paperwork doesn't run as slat mill as good as your dog. So you throw your dog in there, and this person gets credit for it. Now they breed that dog that wasn't that great, and your paperless dog is actually the one those papers are built off of, man. So it's all ridiculous. And that's why with my old yeller dogs, man, what I'm truly going to try to do is I'm going to keep them registered through the ADBA so I can track the lineage. And if you care about that, as far as if you're into the history and the preservation of the breed, I'll keep it tracked. But I'm going to tell you the truth. With my old yeller dogs, I don't care if it came off of Saki. I don't care if it came off Bacardi. I don't care if it came off Dior. I don't care if it came off Knucklehead. You know, so I don't care who it came off of. If they don't make the cut for what my line does, they are not an old yellow dog. So, like, off this litter I just had, man, all 5 of them meet my criteria. I kid you not. The Saki litter, 3 out of 5 met my criteria for what I do. All right? Now, mind you, my gamest dogs did not make the cut. The gamest dogs that I own did not make the cut for personal protection work. They did not. All right? Could they? Yes. But my Red Boy Jocko stuff is best blessed by people who know what they're doing with hot-tempered dogs. And I'm going to say that. They are all gas, no brakes, stupid game. And as much as I love the preservation of the breed, having a limited yard, that does not benefit my breeding program whatsoever. It does not. All right? And so a lot of these brothers that called me out on a lot of guys still want to get in the box with me, even though I told them I don't box. And I'm not going to call them out because I ain't no snitch, man. Like, I'm not going to do police work for the police, right? But these brothers, I want y'all to know this. Everybody following this, I don't support and condone anything illegal with these dogs, but I know it's happening. So if you're going to do it right. And I will say that. If you're going to do it right. Because, it's going to happen regardless, y'all. It's going to happen regardless. So my thing is this. Stay off the message boards. When I was a kid, this is neither. I'm gonna tell y'all a fictional story, but I'm gonna say me, because it's easy for me to remember it like this, all right? When I was a kid, if you had a pit, this is how you found you were gonna roll. You took that dog, you hand walked that dog around the neighborhood, and you saw who had dogs that was trying to get to your dog, right? And if they came outside, a lot of times it was simple as, what you trying to do? What you trying to do? And if they was about that life, yeah, it does, man. Hey, I appreciate that. But yeah, bro, like, you know, what you trying to do? And literally, if you look at 2 game dogs, the 2 game dogs, when they see each other, it's on sight, man. And that's what it should be with the dog men too, that I think. Now, mind you, I'm a neo dog man. I'm speaking on matters that don't concern me. I'm commentating. This is strictly commentary, right? But there's enough people in just my comment boxes alone, on just my channel, right, that insinuate things that could be misconstrued as wanting to hook into somebody, that they could link up through the message boards. I don't support this, and that's not what my channel is for, but you can read. Everybody can read, man. we can all read and we all know what was what. The police know it too, and that's why it's so stupid to me. All right, another story. I'm gonna give you another story, man, because Dre talking and this daiquiri getting to me, but I want to share this good information with y'all. All right, so peep this. Hypothetically speaking, this is a story that could or could not have happened. So one of the things about Dre was, I imagine that when a kid like me that knew how to follow the rules but also knew how to run with the gangsters at the same time was a great driver, had license at 16 and could drive to the different places to pick up pickups, right? Now, in my community, I watched doughboys do stupid stuff. And I'm going to tell y'all what I'm talking about because this applies to the dog game. The drugs and dogs, you can't separate them no more. It's too late. We've let it bleed into our game too much, right? And so some of the OGs in my neighborhood would go pick up controlled substances that were stronger than marijuana, right? We're going to say that. Some rocked up substances, I don't know, a little baking soda, stuff like that, whip it up, but they moved it around. Now, these stupids would smoke loud to celebrate them picking up they load. I wouldn't allow them to smoke that in my car if it was me, because if the police pull you over, that the smell of that good green fragrance in your vehicle is probable cause for them to search the vehicle. Now, it just so happens that around the time I left my community, them brothers found somebody else who would drive for them, hypothetically speaking here. And within a month of me not being where I grew up anymore, they all ended up locked up. Now, it looked like somebody had told on them, but really they just had bad practices. And I say that to show the flaws in the dog game, man. Also, a lot of these brothers who want to get jiggy with it and really want to do it, they lame. Because they're doing it for the wrong reasons. They don't want to be in the box for the dogs. They want to be in the box for the clout, so they can brag about who they beat. And that's cool, but you can't do that no more. That's why I got involved in the activities I got involved in, because the activities I do, I can record it, I can show you who I stopped or who I beat in a positive way, and we can share stories on how to get better. That's what I like. Also, I feel that there's a lot more things we can get into as dogmen as well. Like, if I got a dispute, I don't know how to box at all, y'all. I went and seen Creed a month and a half ago, and ever since then I've been wanting to learn how to get footwork in and box, right? But to that brother who said he would flush my yard, I look at that like a void challenge, because that's what he's into is I guess flushing yards, whatever that means, right? But I'm like, I want to get into boxing. I want to call let me call that same brother out and say, let's call and let's box legally. Let's get a boxing license and box. And let's have Fat Bill commentate and 7-8 and them air it, and they be the judges, and we go 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I would like to do. But that just because that's what I would like to do doesn't mean that's what that brother has to compete in. Just because that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I'm just pontificating and just spitting off the dome right now, y'all. But yeah, let me give y'all an update on what we're talking about, because I've kind of gone, astray a little bit. I want to make sure we keep some structure to this show. So for those of y'all who just joined, go ahead and hit that like button. But today's topics that we've covered thus far, we talked about the Dewey Oklahoma Dog Show, and we gave some serious shout outs to those of y'all who support. Also, for those of y'all who are in the chat, you will be getting your different hardware if you've been here consistently. And if you haven't been here consistently, keep coming to the lives and you'll get your hardware. Now, mind you, there's 2 different levels of moderators, and I got to manage who is what. If you're a samurai, you're already a highest level moderator. If you're a samurai affiliate, you're already a highest level moderator, or you will be. And if you are somebody who's just joining the show, once you've been here for a couple of times and I see your name in the chat constantly flowing, you'll be added to the moderators, and you can work your way up to being a samurai level moderator. All right. And then we talked about the Bud Light situation on the Fat Bill channel. If y'all haven't seen that live from last week, go check it out. Fat Bill's live right now as well. So make sure y'all are showing love to Mr. Fat Bill. He also has The Art of Winning for sale. Make sure y'all cop a copy of that, as well as a issue of the $50 keep. Excuse me, the $100 keep. Let me get that right. The $100 keep. We talked about the dog transporter issue that's going on consistently. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't know anything about Hilltop, but I hear nothing but good information about Hilltop transporters. All right? Salute, Vinny. What's going on, big dog? Salute. And then we talked, I appreciate that sick with it. Hey, Come through a couple more times, man. We show our videos on Sundays and we go live on Wednesdays. Because I'm back at work right now, if I work the late shift, I'll go live in the mornings with a coffee talk. And you don't think so? And if I work early, then I'll be doing the sip and chill. You know what I'm saying? Like we're doing right now on these daiquiris right now. All right. And then finally, I want to talk about the 7-8 Sports. I mentioned something not this past Sunday, but Sunday before, that I wanted to cover. Because I think I can cover this in a way that's going to be very beneficial to not just our breed, but to the Malinois breeders as well. 7-8 Sports mentioned that some people put a little something extra. Hey, so yeah, he just sent me my invoice. I'm gonna be copying mine too. Also, I got a shipment of hides coming in as well, because a couple of y'all asked me for hides. You can get at me on my Instagram or my Facebook, and we can do business on there if you want to cop a hide or whatever. But hey, I appreciate that, student for life. So 7-8's mentioned some people put a little something extra into the mix while they're breeding. I believe this too, and this is where I stand on it. All right, so if y'all know, as far as American Pit Bull Terrier goes, a lot of people have been talking about the Staffordshire Terrier being added to there. And I truly believe that there's some Sharpays added in, some Blackmouth Curs, some Plot Hounds. That I know for a fact that some North Carolina dog men run Plot Hound into their dogs. I know this. They don't really sell it. They have a little bit of honor in that, but they run different things into their dogs to add mouth, wind, and size. All right. This practice is done by a lot of breeds also to breed out some of the genetic deficiencies by creating a F1 hybrid. All right. Now you breed back into that breed long enough and you can start removing some of those traits. But I'm gonna just be honest with you, man. When I look at Sorrel's dogs, I'm like, there's no fucking way. Pardon my language. There's no way that all those dogs are 100% what just American Pit Bull Terriers. But I will tell you this: the ones that we kept, they worked. Blue dogs in the game, I don't believe that I don't believe that blue dogs are 100% purebred American Pit Bull Terrier, but I do believe if they were, because we call it game dogs, right? So I'm like, are we worried about game or are we worried about pure lineage? We should be worried about both, and I do worry about both. But if we're going for function, as long as it's the same weight and you scratching into it, then that's what it is. If you're about the box, you know what I'm saying? As far as breeding purposes, you want to know what's in your mix so that you can know what you need to avoid, because certain breeds have different requirements, different criteria, and different health issues. All right, as well as different things that are acceptable based upon the standards. Okay? There are some dogs that I've seen that have a very hound dog look to them. I can't prove it. I don't know what was in the mix. And where I stand on it is this: if you are going to breed a dog and call it an American Pit Bull Terrier in this generation, it has to start with who you knew before you. Like, if you can physically go and see the dogs you got them from and where you stand at it. Make sure that what you're registered is what you say it is. I don't know what they were doing back in the 70s. I don't know them. I don't run with them. I got to trust that whatever they put out is what they said it was. But I will tell you this: when you look at a pedigree, it's hard to find 7 generations of people who were honest about their dogs being bred the way they were being bred. That's the truth. Hey, I don't disagree at all, Vinny. I don't disagree at all. And I'm trying to stay true to trying to stay true to the breed as far as the bloodlines I run, man. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to end up like DDK9, man. Like, I think he had a great idea, but I think he should have just called his dogs what they were and just called them big band dogs. I think he could have sold us just as many dogs for just the same price, calling them band dogs, as he does selling them and calling them American Pit Bull Terriers. I truly believe that. And that's why with my dogs, I want to call them Williams Old Yeller dogs. Yes, they will be bred to nothing but game bred American Pit Bull Terriers. When I say game bred, I'm looking for breeders who breed for the trueness of the breed, but I'm not going to question them. If they say their dogs is game, I'm going to trust the integrity of the people. But yeah, y'all. And then finally, I want to open up for discussion because I'm having some. Can y'all hear me? Because I just seen it say reconnect, which means I kind of lost connectivity. Can y'all hear me? If you can, somebody give me a comment, just a yeah or something. But we're going to open up the floor for discussion. Oh, yeah, bet. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. One of the things I did want to talk about is, or one of the things that's been bothering me lately is there are smaller channels that are really, really good channels that we not shouting out. And I'm trying to do my best about sharing those, but also like making sure that the right people get in contact with the right people. Cause like there's this guy called man, I hate that I can't find his name. On Instagram, his channel is Swamp Fire Kennels. But on YouTube, I think it's called The Farmer's something or True Farm or something like that. But he just started doing videos recently. And I'm telling you right now, the level of intelligence that this brother has when it comes to animal husbandry is second to none. So what I'll do is I'll try to get a link for his channel and post it in Sunday's video, y'all. Because like I want to. Oh nah, man, it's not that, bro. It's not that, man. Nah, man. But like, if you got a channel, man, like a lot of these big channels have showed me love, man. And I'm not a big channel by any means, but a lot of people think that I say good stuff from time to time, right? And so the other good stuff I want to do is I want to introduce y'all to people who have other ways of thinking, because y'all know Dre be dead wrong sometimes. And it's the feedback from people like y'all that makes this channel better and makes me able to grow. Like I have been successful in the things I've pursued specifically because of the people I met on YouTube, because we are literally the best people. And if y'all know a small channel, man, if nobody else ain't gonna get no shine, holler at me and I will shout them out, and I will do reviews on the small channels. Also, y'all already know that every year at the end of the year I do the top YouTube dog channels top 10. But what I start doing is other top 10s on different dog topics, like the top 10 best dog trainers on YouTube. So you can go find the top 10 best dog trainers for yourself if that's what you're into. I'm gonna go find the top 10 best conditioners on YouTube that I think personally. Now, the fastest for me to get this information is for y'all to share those names with me of who you think, because I'm telling you right now, my bandwidth is so tiny right now that I can only watch maybe 10 to 15 videos a day, because I'm working, I'm making videos, and I'm also taking care of my dogs, man. And that's the truth. Hey y'all, this is I'm gonna have to cut this live short too, because like I said, I'm back at work. But I just want to pontificate and send y'all that information. The brother Soul Power and I are working on right now coming up with a Saturday night late show where we can go on there with the StreamYard, and we can do like our Arsenio Hall show where we have different clips of different ones y'all can jump on there with us, and that's coming soon. But right now we ain't set that up yet, man. But I do appreciate y'all for coming out for this live. Y'all like, follow, subscribe. If you're not like, follow, and subscribe. And make sure if you don't have your hardware right now, you keep coming through here so I can get you your hardware. This has been Samurai Kennels with another Wednesday night, or the first ever Wednesday night, Sip and Chill. Y'all share this to the different channels and the different forums, and make sure we get some more followers in here, because I'm trying to get monetized by the end of 2023. Hey, I appreciate y'all very much, man. I really do, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Be blessed. I really appreciate you. Samurai Kennels over and out.